All right, welcome back to Coach's Corner. You know, we have many, many different unique guests here on Coach's Corner in the boxing world. And I talk about this with everybody that, you know, we don't find boxing. Boxing finds us. Today I have a very unique woman who is not only passionate about boxing, involved in the sport in maybe the non-traditional way as some of our other guests. And I want to welcome Loubna Agudelo.
Thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you.
A little background on Loubna is, you know, not only does she train in boxing, but she is a fitness instructor at Rumble Boxing.
Lifetime Fitness, yes, and Lifetime Fitness.
Lifetime Fitness, running classes, certified trainer. But, you know, that's not her whole story of how she gravitated to this sport. You know, again, we are found in boxing. It taps us on the shoulder. So, welcome.
Thank you so much
Appreciate
for having
you taking
me.
the time again.
Thank you for your time.
And we're going to kind of jump right into this, and we'll go where you are currently. Currently, you're in Norwalk?
Yes, I live in Norwalk.
Live in Norwalk, working at Rumble Boxing, different fitness stuff. You're originally from Morocco?
Yes.
Living now in the U.S. What was your gravitation to the sport? How did it find you?
I just fell in love with this sport. First of all, I always loved aggressive things. So since I was little. And I started with kickboxing, and then once I went to boxing classes, I just felt like this is me.
You.
This is for me. I want to hit the bag more and more. I start buying gloves. I start doing it consistent. I was very consistent doing it. And then one day I just said, okay, I'm going to go for it. And I'm just going to be doing it. I went to real training places. I actually came to your place, which is I fell in love with it too. Also, my story when I lost my child.
So, you know, like many fighters and many people involved in the sport, we all have a story. You know, what is the story, you know, that people get involved in this sport, whether they are a fighter, trainer, whatever it is involved in boxing. So, you know, you've had some adversity and stuff to overcome in your life. And, you know, leaning towards boxing has kind of helped you
Mentally
manage through this. So, you know, in the beginning, coming here was hard for you, you said.
Absolutely. It was so hard to be in the United States.
It's
very hard because I have no family.
Right.
I did some English, but it wasn't the same. It was British. And then when I was here, I couldn't understand people talking to me. So I had to go to school for it to improve my English. And then just going out with all Americans just to learn more. It was a tough road because as an immigrant, like people, they see your accent, they want to take advantage. I'm not talking about everybody, but some, like working, like when you want to work, they always take advantage. Oh, you're here, you're immigrants. Oh, I'm waiting for my status. My status wasn't fixed yet. I wasn't like green card holder or citizen. Now I'm citizen. It was really, really hard, but I kept going. I have a very strong personality since I was little. I kept fighting because when I was talking to my dad every day on the phone, he was like, come back. What do you need? You have everything here. Come back. I was like, no, I want to make it. I want to do it.
But you were an athlete prior, right?
Yes, I was a swimmer back home.
Right.
I used to compete. And then I got sick. And I stopped. Couldn't do it because the doctor stopped me. I had to go to Germany to get treated.
Right.
And so that's it. I stopped. So for me, I said, nothing is going to stop me. I'm going to keep going. So I was runner. I was always first, always.
Yeah, that sense of competition is, look, you know, you're competing in sports and whatever it is. Once you lose one sport, you still have that competitor in you.
Oh, yeah. My inner fighter is inside me.
Right. Yeah. So now here you're navigating through our system, going to school, getting things going.
working, paying my bills by myself,
paying your bills,
taking the bus, which is I never took it in my life. I took the bus. I was waiting, and one day I had to walk in the snow from Scarsdale to Dobbs Ferry. I'm like, oh wow! Listen, life teach you. I was a very spoiled child, but United States was a very good school for me. I appreciate being here. I love it. I worked hard for my money. Now I made it through my dream, which is I wanted always to become a boxer and become an instructor, like teaching boxing, which is I am. I just have a lot of love and passion and respect for boxing.
Yeah. Well, you get humbled here. You get humbled in the sport of boxing. We've talked about this with other guests and other people, before you, how boxing humbles us and everything else. But, through all this stuff that's going on, you're not involved in boxing yet as much. You're not in the gym. You're not teaching yet. What's your motivation during this time, and how are you staying positive to keep? We'll get to where you are now and tell everybody what you're doing.
Well, I always was motivated, and I always wanted to make it. I always said to myself, I can,
right?
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. It's me. I will never give up. I will never, that's what I said. I will never give up. Even if I fell down, I will stand up. As my dad said, you get one after one. Life is a jungle. That's what he said to me. And it's full of wolves. So when something hits you, just let it go. Bend your head and let it go. I learned that from him, and I always remember that. I'm always motivated. I love going boxing at 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. Before I teach all my classes, I want to get it done. I want to hit that bag. When I don't go, I feel not right. As I said, boxing helped me through everything. It released the stress, anxiety, everything. I think people, they don't know what it is. When they see me just boxing, even in my country, people, they see me like family. They don't understand. Oh my God, we see you all you're just angry and you want to punch. I'm not angry. I love what I do.
It's our happy spot.
I love what I do. It's my happiness.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't drink. I don't smoke.
Yeah.
I'd rather be punching than going out having fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
Being in the gym is happy, and we say it to everybody. It's like, if I'm unhappy in the gym, then I got to leave that day. Don't have me here.
Exactly.
I go to the gym because it's my happy place. You're going to be around the people you want to be around. You're going to get to laugh a little bit, to train a little bit, and everything else. But let's talk about the way we came to Met. Through Ryan Diaz and Diaz Boxing. Shout out to them in Portchester, and Ryan Diaz.
Hi, Ryan.
Is one of the good guys in boxing, and you know what? He's going on his pro debut soon, so we wish him a lot of luck there. Runs a great gym in Portchester, New York. So anybody that's around and needs a gym to check him out. First class facility, good training.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he is, and you know what? We kind of met and linked up a little bit, and. Talking to you and then seeing you in the gym, and then you came to visit us, and, your passion and your knowledge was like, wow, you're a high energy individual, brings a lot of energy when you're training, and, not only the knowledge of that, that kind of put me in a sense of, wow, it's a different version of our sport. It's a different version of our sport. But it is still because people want to be involved with boxing.
Yeah, I love boxing.
Whether they're whether they're fighting, sparring, or just training. So now you had a lot of stuff going on in your life, but still kind of managed to keep
boxing
going forward. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that prior to COVID you had some things going on that threw you a curveball, and I'm going to put you on the spot here, but for the reason of how this sport kind of helps us.
Yes, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to share about it because a lot of women, they don't, and I would love for them to open up and keep talking because this is like something that touched me really, really hard. So I wanted to become a mom, and I lost 5 pregnancies, and it was really hard. So I actually gave up in that one. I did give up. And I said, you know what? It is what it is. And if God doesn't want me to be a mom, it's fine. Gonna keep going. It is what it is, life. Then one day I find out I was pregnant and I went to the doctor. Of course, for me, I'm losing it. I went to the doctor and I said, just look. I'm not looking. And she said, yes, you have to look. And I said, no. And she said, you have 2 heartbeats. I was crying.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a miracle. We don't have twins in my family. And she was like, well, that happened.
Yeah, you're the first.
And I remember calling my husband and crying, and he was like, you lost it. And I'm like, no, we have twins. Oh, anyway, he was crying. He's a very sensitive person. And then I kept it to myself. I didn't want to tell anybody.
Right.
Until I was 7 months, my belly was huge. And one day, I felt something, and I was telling my mom, something is not right on my right side. And she's like, no, they are both in the same sack. It's okay. You're fine. I go to the doctor at the hospital, and then they were like, ooh, you have a fever. Let's check the babies. The heartbeat was there, but then something went wrong. Both of them, they got a stroke. So they didn't want to tell me anything. I have the fever. They had to wait. The heartbeat was going really, really high for the babies. And I was like, I don't want to lose them. And they're like, don't worry. They took me right away for emergency C-section. And then all I see on my hands is my dead daughter.
Yeah, tough.
That was hard. I was like, am I dreaming? And then my husband was like, no, Lena is okay. She's in the NICU. But still, I was scared. So I said goodbye to my daughter. We buried her, everything. So I went home. I was crying every day. The only one coming home with no babies. But why this is happening to me? The why. And this is the why I went back to boxing.
Yeah.
That's like, see my smile? Boxing. I went back straight to boxing because my dad was telling me, have faith. Things gonna be okay. Your daughter is gonna survive. Even though the doctor told me after a week, no, she's gonna be handicapped. She's not. I'm like, okay. So I went back to the gym, my happy place. My daughter is fine. She speaks 4 languages.
Right.
She's 6 years old.
God bless.
And thank you. So that was my, what motivates me more and more is helped me a lot mentally.
Right.
I didn't have to go through depression, through therapy. That was my therapy.
That was your therapy. No medication. So now you transition into that and you step a little deeper.
I did.
Not only, you're married, family, your daughter's growing up, you're working, your husband. Now you want to delve a little bit more into the sport. You're not only what brought you to the training aspect, and we'll get into what exactly. I know you're certified personal trainer, but
I'm a group exercise instructor. I'm also a kickboxer certified.
Right.
So what drove me to boxing more? I see it's a sport that everybody needs to know. It's good for you. It helps you. So I wanted to help others. As I'm a woman and I see a lot of women, they all went through same thing, but they do not talk about it. They just stay in the corner and all depressed, not doing anything. I'm like, no, get up. Life continue. You gotta keep going. That's how I say it. And then that's why got me into training to learn more, to look good as boxing. Because if I want to punch, I want to punch right. And if I want to teach you boxing, I want to know what I'm doing. Of course, with Rumble Boxing, I learned a lot. The certification was longer program, but I learned a lot. But I was already boxing. So, it's not like it gives you a knowledge, but still, I was already boxing with Diaz, and I loved.
Yeah. So, from the woman aspect of this, do you catch any, backlash from other women about what you do? And, you're a vibrant, big personality, big advocate for the sport, and maybe could be intimidating to some other women.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because of, but, if they don't know you, they don't know your passion like I do. And, what you're bringing from, that's just you, and that's what makes you unique. But do you see some women shine away because of that? Or, you talked about, how it helped you. How do you bring that to other women right now?
I do tell them, I do share. Like, for example, even if I'm teaching a class, And because I teach boxing conditioning and I teach kickboxing also. So when I'm talking, I see a lot of girls coming and they don't know what they're doing, the punches. And I'm like, this is your first time. You got to keep coming. You got to practice to learn. Boxing is not overnight. It takes a lot. I train every day. So
we're still learning.
It takes, and I'm still learning.
We're still learning every day from everybody.
Yes. So I'm not saying I'm a pro. No, I'm open to learn from anybody.
I think honestly, to be a good coach at any level, you have to be open to learn. I mean,
absolutely.
Because and especially in this generation, look, I am older and I come out of a generation there was no internet. So, it was a little difficult as far as getting information. You had to go really search for it, library, encyclopedias, newspapers, whatever it is. Today, the information's at our hand. So we can find the source. We want to learn to throw a punch right. We go pick up our phone, okay, Google, and the videos come up of everybody or whatever. The information's right there. But you need to keep learning as a coach because
Absolutely.
Everything's changing so fast. Every day, sports change so fast. I mean, there's so many different avenues of combat sports now out there that, and it's wide open. Women are a part of it. I mean, I was at a bare knuckle event this weekend. The best fight of bare knuckle were 2 women. It was
Beautiful.
a legitimate, 5 rounds. They went at it. Skill set, guts, heart. I mean, you can put it all out there, and it's just like, wow. Women being a part of this sport today, I think, is in the next couple of years, you're going to see it more and more. I mean, we've seen big fights with Katie Taylor, Serrano. I mean, we can go names on and on and on. I don't want to leave anybody out, but we need women out there who are advocates for this sport because I think they don't understand the sport and they think it's just brutality and it's more than watching the fight on Saturday night.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
It's beautiful. I don't know how to explain it. I think I did explain it. You can see it on me. It's inside me. It's the love. It's the love that I get from boxing. That's what I said to everybody. I only want to teach boxing. I just love boxing because it's something that I love. And when I'm on it, when I'm teaching it, all my energy is there. And I'm only good vibes, only good energy. Because as an instructor, you need to have that personality.
Yeah.
You got to be a performer. You're going to give that energy. People has to feel you. You need to be always there for them.
Yeah. I mean, and look, you're up there in front of a lot of people and they're looking at you for motivation for whatever happened in their day or, they're coming to class to get in shape or whatever they're going through. Excuse me. Okay. How do you motivate yourself? Because, look, you got life going on, right? You're a mother.
I'm very busy. I'm
very busy. You're a wife. You got a full-time job.
I'm a very busy woman.
Shit happens during the day. You could be something happens during the day, throws you a curveball. Now you got to go teach class.
I keep going.
How do you switch it?
Oh, no. I keep going because it's me. It's my passion.
Yeah.
People are waiting for me. Members are paying the membership. Yeah. I'm going there. They're waiting for the performer to come. So I'm not going to be sad or I'm going to be myself. Of course, I'm not a hypocrite person, but when I go there, I give everything. I do my job.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like, honestly, even if I have something going on, the gym makes me happy. It's my happy place.
Yeah.
If I can work the whole day at the gym, I will.
Yeah.
If I can make it and pay all my bills, I will.
Yeah. Like
That's all.
Like the rest of us. So, your clients, look, you hear a lot of different stories with them. I'm sure you're close to a lot of different people.
Yes, I am.
What you're, and as coaches out there, we get personal. We get really personal with our, if you're a good coach, you're personal with your fighters, your clients, whoever you're working with. I mean, what are you seeing in yourself to bring to the people you're working with through experience? Because, shit's going on in the world today.
Oh, I know. And a lot of people comes to me. I had somebody, she was punching the bag and she was crying. And I saw that. And I went to her. Even I'm teaching. And, are you okay? Yeah, but at the end, she lost her dad. I'm like, so if you have people coming like that, why they're coming to you?
Right.
Because you are the example for them. You need to give them that hope, that faith, that you are like, they can be like you one day. Keep going.
Is it that, or is it that? That's part of it, right? Or is it that you give a shit?
I care.
That's what I mean. You give a shit. You care.
Of course, I care.
And people could trust speaking to you and everything else. So you're connecting what you do to on a personal level. You're not up there just teaching a class, say, see you later, I'll see you next week.
Oh, no.
Type like that.
As I said, you have to love what you do. And I love what I do. If I'm there, I give everything. And my classes, I think, are amazing because I feel it. I feel people. I feel the energy. Everybody, I get so many feedbacks. Like just yesterday, I got a text message from someone saying, I love coming to your classes because you really motivate me, even if I don't feel motivated. I'm like, this is it.
Do you look at yourself as a motivator?
I do.
You do.
I know myself. I'm like, I'm very confident what I do, and I do look at myself as I know myself.
Do you see more than being a trainer?
Being a fighter?
No, we'll get to that in a little bit. We'll get to that, and you gotta leave me some meat on the bones, bro. You're so close. You're so upbeat, and look, like everybody looks to. Not everybody realizes that people go through things in life. You look at different people and you say, okay, yeah, they look happy for that moment or wherever it is, but they don't realize everybody has something that they go through.
Absolutely.
The question I ask is, do you see yourself doing more than coaching right now? Because you have that side that you can speak from experience and you can speak from the heart to people and connect. I mean, I can
see myself. I do see myself doing more than that.
Yeah.
I can help people.
I think you can. I mean, honestly,
I really can help people just talking to them. I can be a therapist. Seriously,
well,
I always said that to myself. I think I can. Yes. I mean, it's not. I think yes, I can. As I said, always. I am. I can. I will.
Yeah, of course. But you know what? I like that. I like that saying, and you should put that on a shirt.
I am going to make something
I think you should put
with
that,
my logo because I have a logo.
Okay, beautiful. I think, again, as coaches, we're managing personalities every day. Whether you're teaching a class, you're training somebody, you don't handle everybody the same because everybody is a little different and has things going on. And as coaches, we should be psychologists because we're wearing more hats than, especially on the fighter end because fighters are needy and they got a lot of shit going on. And even though they're fighters and they're all macho and everything else, they're human. And, getting guys ready for a fight is a very challenging experience at times. But, you're doing a lot of training in Diaz. You're teaching over there.
I go everywhere, actually. I do a lot of, most of it's at Diaz.
Where are you mainly at right now? Which Rumble Boxing? And tell us
Norwalk.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Norwalk?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your class. So now you got people coming in. It's an hour-long class.
So it's 10-round boxing. It's 10 round, 5-round boxing, 5 round strength, 3 minutes each round, and then we keep switching. So we do strength and boxing. There is lights, is beautiful. The music is loud, and people just go. What they like about me coaching, and I heard that from a lot, is so I teach them the pre-class in the beginning, the punches, and then we do the warm-up, and then I show them the exercise, what to do. I always connect with everybody and correct people if they are doing it wrong. As I said, it's not overnight, but you keep coming, you learn. I have so many women, they are killing it.
So when they come in, you're sitting with them before, you're putting them right into class?
So when they come in, because most of them, they come 5 minutes before the class starts, and that's when we start the pre-class. So I call them on a mic, and I open the door for them, and they all get in. They take their spot, and then we don't connect until the end. We talk at the end.
You talk at the end?
Yes.
Now, for this, your classes are packed. to get into your class?
For this, no, the classes are not too packed, but they are big.
But
like,
I mean,
they are,
popular.
Yes,
You're a
yes,
popular
yes,
trainer to get to get
yes,
people.
because there is always spot. You can always come, Dave.
Right. No, I appreciate that. I don't know if I'll make it through the end, but
You will. Come on, you're the best trainer.
Yeah. But what led you to this, though, the class aspect of it?
What?
What led you to the class aspect of training right now? Like, what how did you start with that?
Oh, how? So I always loved Rumble because I did classes in the city.
You were going to class before.
Yes,
okay, so
I
you were
did.
aware of
How it is,
Yeah.
but I didn't think it was that hard.
Yeah.
Because teaching there is not easy. You are guiding two sides. You got one side strength, one side boxing. You got the watch. You gotta watch the 3 minutes. It has to be. You got 30 seconds here, 30 seconds here. You gotta let them know when to switch. Then you switch the lights too. The music, it's on you. Everything is on you. It's like a
Yeah, so you're choreographing the whole.
Exactly. You do the whole thing. So I loved Rumble a lot, and when I saw on Indeed that they were hiring, I jumped on the opportunity.
Right.
He called me, and we did the interview, and he liked me, so he said to me, "You need to do a video at home," which is I didn't like that one because by myself punching and doing some stuff, I don't think I did a good job, and I felt it on the video. I don't think I did, and he said it to me, and he said. He didn't say anything right away, but after. So now I'm the best one. He said to me, "We didn't like your video in the beginning. You know, your video wasn't that good, but we pushed for it because we saw something on you. We felt something on you." And that's it.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to act underneath the cameras unless you're
But
putting
no, I was going through something hard. It was still COVID, and then my mom wasn't feeling well. And as I said, we have things going on. So I tried to be motivated more and do things, but still I
think COVID kind of threw everybody back. So you're doing more stuff on video with COVID that time.
Yes.
Right? So you're training people through
We did,
Zoom and everything
and
else.
I was training too
And you
through
were
Zoom.
and you're training yourself. So
I didn't stop. I actually got in the best shape of my life in COVID.
Yeah. So how'd you end up at Diaz?
So I was training. I had a pro boxer come into my garage training. He's in Shelton, Connecticut now.
Okay.
And he fights internationally. And then that's the one who really taught me how to do like all the punches. Then after that, I went to Stanford Boxing. And I was training there. Very nice people.
Revolution?
No. Stanford Boxing. Jesse and Ralph. They're very young. Very good people.
Okay.
And Diaz saw me on Instagram and messaged me saying, "I'm opening a gym in Portchester." I said, "Okay." And then when he got here, I was training with him before he opened the gym. We were outside in the cold. I really liked the way he trained, and he's so cool. Then when he opened the community there, I just love it. We became family. Like all the girls there and stuff, like it's just like everyone is going through something.
Yeah. And he's a good coach. I mean,
I love it.
He's got a very good personality.
Oh, I love him.
He's got, big passion for the sport. He's still fighting. Like I said, he's got his.
He's not giving up, which is.
No, he's not giving up. He's living the dream. So now you're there, working with him.
Yes, when he needs me, I teach classes there.
You teach classes there,
and he also asked me to teach the classes for the kids, but I couldn't make it because I work full time.
Yeah. So, no aspiration to fight?
Me? So, I never thought about it, to be honest. I just wanted to...
Not one?
No, I would love to now because I see, like, the girls and it makes me like, but why I didn't do it? Why? I could win. I don't care if I lose, but in my mindset, I can win. That's all. I'm a winner. I can do it. So I'm thinking about it because I feel like I have the power and I can go on and on and on. I know boxing is not easy, the rounds, but I'm training for it. So it just takes a lot because you have to train more and more. And I have a daughter and I have a job and it's just...
Yeah, but see, that's the whole thing, Lou. people don't realize a lot of fighters are doing this. Even at the pro level, they have families, they have kids, jobs. Money's limited to some of these fighters, but yet they put the training in. And I think that's what makes it so unique that this sport is, that drives people, because when you're a professional in other sports, you're getting paid regularly. If you're a Major League Baseball player, a football player, a basketball player, soccer, golf, you're getting a check every week.
Absolutely.
As a pro, okay? You can call yourself a pro boxer, and you might not get a check for a year.
I know.
Might, and look, you're staying ready, you're training and everything else. Honestly, you can put the work in. You've already put it in. It's a matter of if you commit to it. If you're not committed to it, no matter how good you are, it's not going to show in your performance. If you commit, when the time comes to you and you commit and you say, okay, I'm going to do it, I need one, all right, just for my own. But what I find with people who are competitive, at least myself, there has to be an end game. Eventually, there's got to be an end game for you.
Yes, absolutely.
And maybe that end game is one fight. We can turn around and say, hey.
I'm just like, if I try one, I want to keep going. I know myself. That's why I was like, but I just thought about it. I wasn't like thinking about it at all, but now, yes, it's in my mind. So I will.
Well,
I will shoot a message to Diaz to find me, or you, or whatever.
I mean, look, the women's end of boxing is hot right now.
Oh, I know.
I mean, we have our friend Maureen Shea. She's fighting this weekend in Worcester. I had her on the show. Grew up in the Bronx, trained out of Westchester, was the first probably mainstream female in the game now, still boxing.
That's amazing.
I had Melissa Smith on the show. She wrote the book, about women's boxing, 2 books, knowledge of women's boxing. You have women's boxing out there right now holding main events, packing the arena, and competitive. It's not a show for people to say like years ago, oh, 2 women are boxing, big deal. No, they're competitive women fighters out there right now.
Oh, yes.
And I think, you know what, there's a lot of opportunity for good women fighters. I think also, if you look at the amateur level of women fighting right now, we have a lot of really good young women out there. They need role models. They need role models in the sport that they can look up to and say, hey, I'm going to be like you, or I'm going to be like this. But getting back to you, where do you see yourself, forget about fighting for a second.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself moving into this sport in the future? Because, look, you can train anywhere. You can go anywhere and be a Rumble Box Fitness, but there's more to you than that. Do you want to do more in the sport?
Yeah.
What do you see yourself doing?
Well, I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going and boxing and teaching people.
Yeah.
But I would love to be in the real boxing one, teaching all the women. I want to have just women, to teach them the knowledge and show them why boxing is good for you. Show them this is a sport that everyone can fall in love with. It's not just like punching the bag and being aggressive or something.
Right.
Take the stress away. I see myself helping a big crew of women.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Now, your daughter's 6, you said.
She started boxing.
And she wants to box right now. How do you feel about that?
I love it. I'm happy.
And if she comes to you and says, Mom, I want to compete.
Yeah, fine. Go for it. I will support her.
Yeah.
I'll be the manager. I will do anything for her.
I think that I like that. I just think as a parent, it's a hard to watch.
It's a hard decision, of course, because she's going to get hit. So, but go for it. I want her to go for it. I will never stop her. I
agree.
I wish I had that everybody pushed me to fight and be like, how beautiful when you fight and then you're on the TV or like, you know what I mean? Like, even though you said like we don't get checks and stuff, but no, it's something that you love. Like my daughter now doesn't want to do anything, just boxing. Every time she sees me, Mommy, jab and cross hook. I'm like, okay. It's just...
But that's a good connection right there in today's society because, You have kids and parents that are not connecting as it was. Look, years ago, growing up myself, playing sports with my dad, whatever, throwing the ball, basketball, football, whatever it was, that was more than anything. Like today, you don't see that with
I know.
families today and stuff.
Everybody is thinking about the money. Work.
But it's also easy to give your kid the phone or the iPad or a game and say, "Oh, go over there and relax while I'm doing what
I'm against the iPad. Like iPad has, I'm not against it, but I just don't want her to be on the iPad the whole day.
No, I agree. I think
now that's like they learn a lot of bad stuff. So she actually goes do some stuff, fitness. She runs. She does some stuff, and then she's into boxing.
She train with you?
Yeah, we do that at home. We do meet work.
She listen?
She does. She's a sweetheart.
That's good.
She's a very sweet.
That's a good connection. You bring her down to Ryan's?
She goes to Ryan. She plays with his kids too, and she hit the bag there.
And she hits the bag over there.
Yeah, she loves it.
So now, you still haven't answered my question. Now I know you want to be involved more in the boxing end of it.
But what do you want?
Do you see yourself more as a mentor type to women as far as, your connection, your experience?
Yes, I do. That's my goal, actually. And I've been talking about that since 2020.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly my goal, is to be mentoring women and helping them.
Yeah.
Because all the women goes through something. And I see them also coming, they talk to me, "Oh, I'm depressed. I take this pill. I take this." Oh, no. Come box. You're not going to be able to, you don't need the pill.
Yeah.
I just feel so bad. I would love to help others. I would love to.
How do you manage through that? You got your job to do as an instructor, but also you're connecting personally. Does that change you, what you're instructing, when you're dealing with certain women or men who are going through stuff? Do you change up a little bit, or?
I'm still the same.
Yeah.
Because I'm here for everybody. I need to motivate them and inspire them. If I change, then it's not good for me, because that's it should not affect me. But at the same time, I'm very, very sensitive, but strong.
Yeah.
I teach a class where I have 85 years old going through cancer.
Tough class. That's a tough class.
And he does kickboxing with me. That guy, when I see him, I want to cry. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I want to cry. And I stand, but I see the smile. He gives me the motivation more. I go next to him. I'm like, "Let's go. Jab, cross." He can't really kick and stuff. But He said to me, "Listen, your class bring me happiness. I'm happy when I come here. I smile. I'm doing good. Look at me. I'm doing good." And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? And look, I teach a Parkinson's class, right? And I have a couple of people I've been teaching for a long time, one gentleman in particular. And, I had somebody come in one day and said, "You're pretty hard on him." I go, "No, I'm not pretty hard on him. That's what he expects of me." Absolutely. And he is coming here not to be treated any different. And look, I teach my Parkinson class like I teach my fighters. Look, can they do the same as my fighters? Not every one of them. Some of them have some limitations. But look, you're getting the same drills, the same push, the same me is that I'm going to work with a fighter. Otherwise, I can't work with you.
No, you can't be.
And you know what? To see progress like that is, yeah.
Well, that's the real coach.
That's when we see progress.
That cannot affect you and be it's you're going to make him feel "Oh, I'm sick, can't do anything, so you're trying to be nice to me." No.
No, 100% not.
Yeah.
And, definitely. So besides the gentleman who has cancer, give me an example, tough connection with you, with a client.
A tough connection?
Yeah, tough connection.
No.
Just
oh, yeah.
Really
a lot.
Tough.
So when I'm teaching, there is some women that when I say hi, the way that they answer me, I know that I can't even connect. So one time...
Are they intimidated by you?
Yes. So what I do is I still go to her and say, "I love your hair. You look beautiful." "Oh, thank you." That's the answer. One time I went next to her because I connect with people. We're doing the jab, cross, the kicks, like whatever. And I'm next to her and she pushed me.
Ooh.
And as an instructor, I gotta respect. I cannot. I mean, I have my personality. Nobody's gonna step on me.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I stepped back. I finished teaching and everything. Finished my class. I left. I didn't talk to her. The next day she came back. I went to her and I had to ask her. And I'm like, well, I just noticed something that last time you didn't like me next to you, showing you. I'm an instructor and I'm gonna be coming to everyone. If I see you doing something wrong, I have to correct you. And she's like, I'm good. I'm good. So that's fine. So
was she able to do the things? Was she?
She does the things, but sometimes she does what she wants.
Yeah.
She doesn't follow.
That's her personality, right?
Yeah. So that's tough connection right there. But still, it's not going to stop me.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going, you know? And she keeps coming to my classes. So it's fine. When she's open to talk, she's going to talk.
You didn't push the bag on her? By accident?
No, I can't do that. I mean, I wish she was in Diaz.
Oh, then you could do some drills with her. Oh, by accident.
I know. I don't want to do that. Like, it's just like, leave it alone.
So, we're hearing about, how passionate you are and, excited about the sport. If you were to describe yourself to someone as a trainer, besides your passion and everything, how would you describe yourself?
Well, it's just hard to describe myself because you have to see me doing it, as a coach, or how I describe myself. Strong.
I mean, somebody coming in, definitely strong. After hearing your story.
Well, how about if he doesn't know anything about me? Well, I'm a strong, hard worker, a woman who love bags.
Yeah.
Hitting the bags. So I just love boxing.
Yeah.
Anything with the bags, I'm here.
Yeah. What does your husband think of this?
That he never liked. He never was interested in boxing. He's a professional cyclist. Guess what? He's boxing now.
For conditioning.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He is in love with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He's
like, oh my gosh. He's like, you're the best instructor. I'm like, yeah, of course you have to say it because I'm your wife. And he's like, no, you motivate. You're so good.
Listen, you know what? That comes out of you, and people who realize who you are going to see that come out of you. They're not going to just say you're the best instructor because, we're sitting across from each other. Listen, if you sucked, I tell you suck. I'm sorry.
Of course.
Whether, it's like, what, and I expect somebody to tell me the same thing. Look, but they're not going to say that about you. So who's your favorite fighter?
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
I love him.
Really? I'd be surprised. So
I always loved him. Pacquiao, I always watch him.
Pacquiao, yeah.
I was like, Mayweather, but not big fan of him now.
Do you guys go to the fights?
I do go. I do. I even see if there is any small fight or something, I will
the
go.
Amateurs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love anything about boxing. As I said, when I have the opportunity, I go.
Yeah. So now it's a family thing. So on Saturday night, we're going to see boxing?
Not every weekend, but no, it's not. Not every weekend, but he knows, my husband, that I love watching boxing. And he loves it too. It's so much fun when you are there watching. It's so much fun.
Listen, when you're involved in the sport, you know what it takes. Where guys, whether they're pros or amateurs, to get to where they are, there's a lot of work involved. There's just not something that happens overnight. And I think what we're seeing today for parents out there, we as coaches are a lot different than teachers in schools, where we can handle your children a little differently in the sense of we're more truthful. We're more truthful. At least I am. I'm not sugarcoating a kid with a parent, and not in a bad way, not maliciously.
I am too.
Not abusive, but I'm going to tell a parent, this might not be for your son or daughter.
Oh yeah, you're honest.
This might not be for your son or daughter. Or before you bring your son or daughter, make sure that they understand that for 45 minutes, they're going to have to work, or an hour, or whatever the time is that we're training, and there's going to be things expected of them. That kind of changes over with our society right now, where we cater to the kids. Oh, they don't want to do it. It's okay. Go sit down. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. You're going to get a prize for participation or stuff like this. Boxing is so real that if you're putting the gloves on and you're going to get into that ring, you need to be prepared at whatever level it is. So, training kids, it's like, listen, this is what's expected of you.
Discipline.
And you know what? Some gravitate towards the sport. Some come in and they say, no, this is not for me. Whatever, that's fine. But honestly, I think it should be something that kids, for the training aspect of the sport. And that's what led me. Look, I was a baseball player growing up. There were no gyms anywhere, and I've told this story before. My dad sent me to a boxing gym for conditioning. There was no Planet Fitness, no Equinox, none of those gyms, right? And that's how, my dad was a big boxing guy also. That's how I gravitated to the sport.
That's amazing.
Okay? And then, look, and then it evolved from there. But I think every kid should take a class, go to a boxing gym, because, look, in the boxing gym, there's 20 different types of personalities. You don't know who's there. Housewives, professionals, athletes, whatever. You could throw so many different people in there together, all training in the same passion together. But it doesn't lie. This sport humbles us so much, right? Because you're out there on your own. You got to do it. Your coach is there, right? As good as a coach you are, you can coach them up as much as you can. If they don't want to do it or can't do it on their own,
they will never do it.
They won't do it. And some don't have it in their DNA. Some people are going to quit on you. This is life. This is what we learn, right? This is what we learn as we go along, right? They're not going to have it in their DNA. Back to adapting and overcoming. And I love that in a fighter. For me, I will take guys or girls who have a story, who are underdogs, who people don't think much of or write off. Those are the people I want to work with, because they're passionate. They're going to come in. They're going to do whatever you ask them to do, plus they're going to do more. And you know what? As a coach, you can't ask for more than that. Like I tell my guys, look, you prepare yourself. You do what we ask you to do. What happens in the fight happens in the fight.
Exactly.
We can't control that. The only thing we can control is how we get ready, how we prepare ourselves. We don't make excuses. We lose, we lose. We win. That's it. We don't make excuses of why or this and, that.
That's it. It is what it is.
And
next.
Yeah, next. But I think it's not out there today. Now, you're a mother raising kids out there today. You have, your daughter. And knowing you, I know, look, loving, caring, but you're also going to be here with her.
I am.
Your expectation of
Absolutely.
What you want from her.
Especially in this world. It's just scary what's going on.
Yeah. So, and I think you being a role model, seeing you get up, go to work, and that's another aspect of the sport, right? We talked about this a couple of minutes ago, right? You got to get up. You got to go to work, right? You're in the gym 5 a.m. There are mornings I love to train early.
I love
training early
is the best.
Training early or late at night when no one's around is the best. It's like peace and sanctity, and it gets your day going, or it ends your day, however it is, going. But, we're still going to work.
Mm-hmm.
We're still parents, right? We still, we got to take care of our families, do whatever it is. And I don't think people realize that with fighters out there today. Just because their name's on the gym and the class looks packed, that's great.
But we have a lot to do.
There's also
we have a life.
There's also a lot to do with that. You know what I mean? So you don't spar?
No.
No, not yet.
I did actually some sparring, but as I said, I didn't put myself into sparring and fighting. I just train, keep training, teaching, and that's it for now.
Yeah.
I could spar because I have everything.
Yeah, Ryan's pushing you.
I could spar. You are pushing me now.
Ryan is pushing you?
Well, he does. We have sparring. We have some strong girls at the gym.
Yeah.
So we could hit each other really bad.
You could hit. What's your best punch?
Cross. And the left hook.
All right. So we need to watch out if you throw that right hand, left hook quick. Okay. Somebody's going to sleep.
No, I won't say that. I'm just it's my cross is powerful, so I feel it.
Yeah.
The left hook is good too.
All right. You're training somebody one-on-one. What's your style?
Training?
How you break one-on-one, not class now. You're taking somebody, you're working with somebody from the beginning.
Well, first I have to teach them as a beginner, I have to teach them the punches first. Fighter stance, what it is first. If you are righty, fighter stance first, what it is, how you make 2 fists, the elbow should be in. And then I'll teach them by numbers, the 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay,
then,
all of that stuff aside.
Okay.
What's your style as a coach?
My style?
Your style as a coach one-on-one. I want to hear, I'm coming to you to train, or I'm bringing my kids, or I'm bringing somebody to say, I want you to go to Lou.
All right.
What's your style?
Well, my style, I don't know how to explain my style. So you're going to come in, all right, warm up, jump rope, let's go. We're going to start. But I'm very tough. I'm not, and also I don't give breaks that much. So
you don't give breaks?
That much. I do, but not that much.
Yeah, so what if you get somebody that's whining to you?
No, there is no whining. You're just going to go. Go for it. I don't want to hear you. That's me in my classes. Let's go for the warm-up. After the warm-up, put those gloves on.
So are you up front with that, with the person one-on-one when you're discussing? If someone comes to you and says, Lou, hey, I want you to train me. And you sit them down and you say, hey.
Oh, this is me.
This is me.
Yeah, they know. Well, I had somebody texting me 3 weeks. She was like, I want to train with you. I want to train with you. When she came, she trained with me, and she was like, oh, my God, I'm dying. And I'm like, well, I am not wasting your money and your time.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting. You got to do it. You're here to work out. That's it. That's my style.
What did she want to go out to coffee, have coffee with you and hang out, and that was it?
No, I want to give her a good workout, and then.
Well, that's the thing. As trainers, look, once we take money from a client, you got to give them what
what they deserve.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. You got to give.
I'm not here to talk to you. No. I'm not here to you telling me your story. I'm here to work out.
Yeah.
So it's an hour. It's my time. It's your time.
Yeah.
And this is
I
me.
agree.
I forget about you're my friend or nothing. Just work.
No, 100%. 100%. So tell everybody where we can find you at on social media, where you work.
Social media, I'm on Instagram.
Shout it out. Tell everybody what you're on.
All right. Come find me on Instagram, Loubna Be Fit. Also, Facebook is Loubna Agudelo. And then I teach in Rumble Boxing, Norwalk, Sono. Also, I teach in Lifetime Fitness, Stanford and Westchester, and I train in Diaz Boxing. So
if you look at some of her clips and check out some of her stuff, great trainer. I mean, I would suggest
he's an amazing trainer.
I would suggest taking a class with her. It's going to be well worth it. Women out there who want to get into boxing a little bit, definitely recommend her as a coach. Listen, it's people in the game like you, and not everybody in this sport, like we talked about outside. Look, the pro level of the sport is the cherry. It really is. But it's the coaches like yourself, Ryan Diaz, gyms all over the country that are building up young fighters and teaching, giving confidence to women and children today who are being bullied out there. And, we didn't even talk about that. There's a lot of that stuff going on for women, not only men who are being bullied, but for women who are being bullied in relationships and as kids.
No, I know.
And you know what?
And it's also for self-defense, too.
Listen, I think, honestly, look, you should be able to defend yourself. I have 2 daughters.
I'm so confident, when I go out. I don't know why. I mean, you could have a gun.
You're looking for trouble.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I just say to myself, I could. I'm fine if someone comes to me and fighting because...
Yeah.
But just don't have any gun, of course. That's
Yeah, that's a game changer, right? So, you're looking for something to happen, right? Pick on one of my friends. Just say something. I'm going to get you. Listen, on Coach's Corner, we have a kind of a little routine here at the end of each show that we ask our guests. We're going to put you on the hot seat now, okay?
Okay.
So, first question I ask everybody, right, is if you were going to be in a foxhole, okay, who do you want next to you? Pick anyone, dead or alive, it doesn't matter. The person next to you, who's that person?
My daughter.
Okay, there you go, right off the rip. I'm going to give you 3 dinner guests, dead or alive. You want to have dinner with them, talk to them, whatever it is. Who are they?
Guest?
Yeah.
You want me to choose a guest?
3. You get 3 choices.
My parents, my husband, my daughter.
Okay.
Family.
I like that. Well, you know what? I really, really appreciate you coming on here today.
No, thank you for having me.
You're a great trainer, wonderful woman. Proud that you're my friend. And look, please give her a look up. Try a class at Rumble Boxing. Hit her up on Facebook. Hit her up on Instagram. Great trainer out there. The other thing is, look, we really appreciate all the subscribers and the people tuning in to Coach's Corner. Our friends at Nirvana, my friend Rob Forcelli at Contenders, our guys at BKFC. We appreciate you guys for the gear, and we'll catch you again on Coach's Corner.
Thank you.